everybody. Tyler Finken here with the Ancillary Ambassador, sitting here with my good buddy, Mr. Mitchell Fink. Had a pretty exciting episode for you today, I think. I wanted to talk to you about one of the things that I run into a lot in my job as a marketer. We get calls all the time from agents, especially after AEP, about, hey, what am I supposed to do for 2022? What do you got for leads? You know, how can you guys help me with leads? Mitch talked to me the other day, and he brought something to my attention that I thought was really, really interesting. We both decided to say, hey, we got to get that on camera. I think this is a great way that a lot of agents can get in front of a lot more people. So what I'm talking about today is, Mitch, when you called me the other day, you said that you ran into a deal where you got, like 2,000 leads or something for absolutely free?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, so it's my understanding these are kind of warm leads as well, which obviously everybody knows that warm leads convert better. So tell us a little bit about this lead. How did you get in front of how did you get 2,000 people to go see, and it didn't cost you a dime?
So how I did this is, I know there's many different agencies that specialize in many different things. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of property and casualty agencies that are around my hometown. I know that they do great. They've got a large customer base of property and casualty. They don't do the health insurance. They don't do life. They don't do anything of that nature. So I thought to myself, these people, their customer base needs these products, such as cancer, heart attack, and stroke, accidental injury. So I thought to myself, okay, how can I strategically partner with these agencies? So what I did is I developed a script, and it's part of our Ancillary Ambassadors training workshop, to where this script, what I did is I walked into the agency. Before I walked into the agency, I did a lot of research. I wanted to know, who owned the business, kind of what products that they sell. And so I did my research to this agency, walked in, and, told them, hey, my name's, Mitch Fink. I specialize in, helping property and casualty agencies grow revenue through ancillary products. Okay. And so first and foremost, I just wanted to show them the products. Okay. Now there was a script that I used to once I get in the agency, which I said is part of our training workshop. But once I did get in there, developed a little bit of a relationship with the agency owner, showed him the products that, I potentially wanted to cross-sell to their property and casualty, customer base. So after I showed him the cancer policy, the heart attack and stroke, and the accidental injury policy, he said, you know what? People got to have this. My clients, I think, could really benefit from, using this. And he obviously saw my sales system that I used to present to him.
Right.
So he was very impressed with the sales system. He was comfortable with my sales system to allow me to go and access his customer base to show them these products. So what I explained to him was, this is what's in it for you as the agency owner of the property and casualty agency. I said, we can cross-sell these products to your customer base using the system that he got a chance to see. And in the middle of that, obviously we're going to make sales, and he's going to get an override as an agency. Okay. So in essence, he's handing over a customer base using our sales system that he got a chance to take a look at, and he approved it, and he's going to be making money for doing literally nothing. Mm-hmm. But that's not where it stops. So not only is this guy going to make a bunch of money for just sitting in his office and handing over his customer base, these leads that I go out and service and cross-sell cancer insurance to heart attack and stroke and accidental injury, I am also going to get referrals off of that. In fact, we track that. So each household, we're averaging between 15 and 20 referrals. 15 to 20 leads, okay?
Yep.
So the customer base that I accessed was 2,000, okay? Now I'm getting 15 to 20 referrals off of each household.
Right.
So how many leads is that going to generate?
Oh,
but what I did was I mentioned to the agency owner, I said, not only are you going to collect an override off of all of the sales that I make, all of this is going to also generate some property and casualty. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to help this agency owner out and say, hey, when I go contact these referrals, I'm going to say, hey, you know what? You should really take a look at running some rates through so-and-so's agency. So as a property and casualty owner of the agency, he's going to sit back and go, okay, so I'm going to make money as an override for doing nothing. And this person is going to go out there and prospect property and casualty for me.
Right.
And I do what? Nothing.
Man.
You do nothing. So it's literally
win-win for everybody.
Exactly. And that's really how I generated that amount of leads. So the leads were 2,000, but if you throw the referrals in there, we're talking thousands.
Oh yeah,
way
more than you can handle.
Absolutely.
Honestly.
I mean, it's a year's worth of work off of one property and casualty agency.
Yeah.
But I think what really gets these property and casualty agency owners on board is when I present the product to them and they see how well the sales system is put together and they're comfortable with me presenting the sales system to their customer base. And that's really, I think, what the key is.
I'm actually glad you brought that up because I was wondering that, more often than not, you walk into a successful insurance agency and say, hey, I want access to your book of business so I can go sell something.
Doesn't go well.
They're going to kick your ass out the door.
Doesn't go well usually.
So I was wondering, what kind of objections did you face and how did you, make the guy feel comfortable and open to sharing his book with you? I mean, I know you talked about the revenue and everything you're going to generate, the referrals and everything, but how did you get past that first, gate or whatever you want to call it?
That was one of his biggest concerns. He's living in this agency owner was living in a rural area. He's got a close relationship with all of his customers. It really came down to he saw how professional I held myself, and I told him that when I presented him the product, when I initially showed him the products I'm going to be marketing to his customer base, I told him the sales system I'm going to show you today is the same system I'm going to use with your customers. I want you to be comfortable with what I'm going to say to your clients. And right there I could see the change in his demeanor. He thought, okay, well let's check it out and see how this guy's sales presentation is. And when I showed it to him, it was very simple, very easy to understand, and it was not, it wasn't an aggressive sales presentation or anything. It was really a well put together presentation that creates the need to have these products that he was comfortable with, and that's why he allowed me to access the customer base that he was so closely tied to.
Yeah, so it was super powerful stuff there. I mean, you created the need in his head, and he obviously saw what you had to share and was like, wow, okay, yeah, that is greatly going to enhance my people's coverage. They trust me. I trust Mitch based on what he showed me now. So this sounds like a great partnership. That's awesome.
Absolutely, he was comfortable with the whole situation all the way through. But in the Ancillary Ambassadors Training Workshop, we address those objections. Yep. We know these objections are going to come up. We know that they're going to be really reluctant to just hand over a customer base because as insurance agents, we all know that's your baby.
Right.
Your customer. You work really hard to get that. You work really hard to protect it. But that's why they have to know. You have to be very transparent on what you're going to be doing. But you got to remember, now that I've accessed that 2,000 person customer base plus, I'm gaining referrals and I'm selling cancer, heart attack, and stroke. You can bet your butt that we're going to come across Medicare sales, dental, vision, hearing sales. I've came across group health insurance sales because I ran into some business owners. It just opens the door for so many different things. And all it was me simply using our tried and true sales system and scripts, walking into a property and casualty agency and saying, hey, this is what I can do to strategically partner with you.
Yeah, well, this is good stuff because that's definitely going to help with the conversation with recruiters and marketers like us when people say, "Hey, what do you got for leads? What can I do for leads?" and everything like that. So it's that kind of out of the box thinking that can take an insurance agent or an insurance agency to the next level.
Absolutely.
I mean, and build residuals at the same time, which is the nice part.
Yeah, and it's free.
Absolutely, and it's free. Yeah,
it's free.
It's free.
I mean,
so.
Yeah, that's the best part. It's free and it works and it helps everybody.
Yeah, so I know you've put together some marketing pieces and everything that kind of guide people how to do this if they want to partner up with P&C agencies or something like that. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. What I've done is I've put together a full scale step-by-step script that you can utilize to walk into a property and casualty agency. It tells you who to talk to, what to say to them, and the key elements that need to be addressed to give that person confidence enough to allow you to service their book of business. Yeah. It's all at the hands right here. It's very simple, very easy to understand, and we're really excited to get this out to people.
What would you say to the skeptics that say, that's the exception, not the rule? If I try this 100 times, I'm going to get shut down 100 times.
Well, it's you're not going to have every person hand over their customer base, but if you did one of those a year, and you get 5,000 extra leads, we as salespeople, if you get an extra 5,000 leads, warm, good leads, okay, what do you think that's going to be for your bottom line at the end of the year?
Yeah,
it's huge. If you land one of them,
6 figures.
Yeah, exactly. You just gave yourself a 6-figure income raise by walking into a property and casualty, agency. And here's the thing: at the end of the day, those people, that client base, does need these products.
Yep.
So we're not just out here to make a whole bunch of money and build agencies. Of course, we want to do that, but we also want to get these products in the hands of the consumers. And this is just another way to get this product into people's hands.
Yeah, and it's another way to do. Like I was thinking earlier, you and I were talking about this, and I can't remember the saying verbatim, but it's something along the lines of, if you do what everybody else is doing, you're going to get the same results that everybody else is getting. Think outside the box. Do something different. A lot of people are partnering with P&C agencies or other business owners out there and sending out a letter saying, hey, I can help you with your Medicare or something like that. And then they just get thrown in the trash because they've gotten 10 other letters like that. Nobody is doing what you're doing and going in with critical illness plans or accident plans or anything like that. It's stuff that they need. It's stuff that they haven't talked about. It's stuff they don't want to talk about. But if you can get your foot in the door using everything that you built here, create that need, make them see that, oh yeah, I really do need that. It opens up the door to everything else, Medicare, like you said, group business, anything else that you've got in your repertoire. So it's genius. I like it.
Yeah, it really is a product that people need. The reason I chose this product to open the doors is because who doesn't know somebody that's gone through cancer? Who doesn't know somebody that's gone through heart attack and stroke? And these aren't just like illnesses where it's over in 3 days. These illnesses like cancer and heart attack and stroke are catastrophic illnesses, and they really wreak havoc on families. So it's easy to create the need, and a lot of people aren't showing these products or leading with these products. So it's something that they haven't seen. It's something that people aren't doing, and like you said, it leads to everything that everyone else wants to sell: the Medicare, the hospital indemnity, the dental, vision, hearing. So it just opens so many doors, and it's simple. This sales presentation and these scripts that I put together take you 10 minutes to recite when you walk into a property and casualty agency. How many agencies of those do you drive by in a year's time?
Oh, geez.
All the time. The opportunities are endless.
I mean, we just drove down Main Street in our little town here, and there's, 3 of them on Main Street?
I was like, there's 3 prospects right there.
In a town of 3,000 people?
Yep, and I'll guarantee you no independent agent has walked in there and said, hey, I want to partner with you. They won't do it.
Exactly.
But there's reasons to do it, and that's why we created what we did.
Yep, exactly. So everybody head on over to Facebook and join the Ancillary Ambassadors group. We've got a lot of content on there, little tips and tricks kind of like that you can take and use in your business right away and elevate your game. If you have any questions or anything, feel free to reach out to Mitch or I. We'd be happy to chat with you and get you everything that we've got. So sure appreciate you watching this, and we'll see you next time.